Okay, it's Zachjackdad again. I'm back for part three. So I'm still at sort of the final two tables, and I think earlier on in the part one I was talking about sort of the difference in some of the videos, and I was talking about how I kind of felt like the key to winning was a little bit different, and one of the things I did differently was I think I played a lot more aggressive sort of deep in the tournament, and not when I say aggressive deep in the tournament, I don't mean like final table. Um I mean sort of at the final two tables, which is sort of the time when you really need to make chips, because when you make it to the final table, and I also mentioned that I final tabled this twice. The second time I did it was like 2 weeks later. It had a few more runners. I think it had the time I won it, it had 5,045 runners. The second time it had like 63 or 6,800 runners. And the second time I final tabled it, I didn't think I didn't come to the final table with the stack. I haven't reviewed the hands closely because it was only a couple weeks ago, but I don't know if I would have I played the final two tables as well as I did this one. And I also obviously got luckier, as I'm going to show you in this hand, but I think that has a lot to do with it, is just playing more aggressive deep in the tournament. The last hand I showed you, I had shoved into Smodich, who's right here. He had 47 big blinds. Everybody else at the table was very, very short. So you can see this hand. Smodish opens again. His fold to three bets right here, 86%. And you know, I have pocket sevens, which to me, even though I have 19 big blinds, I'm the second, well, I guess the third stack at the table. I feel like pocket sevens is a very, very strong hand here, considering I just shoved with pocket fives. And well, it didn't matter what I shoved with, he folded. But considering I just shoved, I think sometimes I might get looser calls. Even, you know, I think I'm going to be good here a lot. Unfortunately, I get called behind me, which you can see this guy's playing a 15-8 on 76 hands. He hasn't three bet yet. Um, so it's bad. I mean, that's bad news when you get called behind like that. So you can see here Smodich folds, which means he didn't have a super strong hand. And my hand, you know, the effective stack on that hand is 20 big blinds or 19 big blinds. So I don't think he folds like ace queen here even, or he probably shouldn't. Definitely doesn't fold ace king, and he's not folding any pair above the seven. So I think I did okay as far as shoving the sevens into his raise, but unfortunately, it just seems so often where I get called behind me, and you can't see the board, but the guy actually had pocket tens, which I get really lucky and hit a seven on the turn, which, you know, I've said this a million times. I don't feel bad about it at all. It happens as part of poker, and I got really lucky, which again you obviously need to do to win these. The next hand is just, and I could have showed a bunch of hands, but I didn't. Once I got up to 36 big blinds, this is an interesting dynamic. I met five people here, and people really want to final table this. This Muamware guy really was hanging on and hanging on and hanging on, and I was able to really chip up at these final two tables. Smodich was aggressive, but he wasn't super aggressive. So basically, usually my motto was if Smodich folded, I was pretty much going to open. Again, King 10 suited on the button's a pretty good hand to open with. And I mean, there's no brainer to this hand. Obviously, I'm opening. The other guy's shoving. I make a flush, and he has pocket eights. So that was, you know, not a huge hand or any type of strategy or anything, but it just shows you how the final table started. And again, it's the kind of luck you need. Obviously, on the turn here, I pick up a gut shot as well. I need a king 10 heart queen anything, and I get there on the river, which is good to do.